Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Young and the Restless spoilers Friday, September 20. Victoria goes too far, Nick's Sharon mission, Chelsea fears the worst. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers for Friday, September 20, reveal that Mariah Copeland, Cameron Grimes, will grow even more concerned by the story Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, tries to spin over the phone. With Mariah standing outside a Madison hotel room that Sharon isn't currently in, Sharon will have to think fast and lie about why she's not there. Perhaps Sharon will claim she's already at some other location for the business meeting. Mariah might insist she can meet Sharon at that location, but Sharon may argue that their client wants to speak exclusively with the boss. Although Sharon might push Mariah to just head on back to Geno City, Mariah will know something isn't right. Since Sharon isn't really taking this business meeting at all, the actual client might call Mariah wondering what's going on. Bottom line, Sharon is going to get busted for lying, so Mariah may call Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, with some alarming updates. Nick will indeed find new reasons to be concerned about Sharon, so he'll seek some advice about what to do. Will Nick open up to Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott, and get some guidance? At some point Nick might ask Victor Newman, Eric Braden, if he'll get some of his investigators to look into where Sharon truly ran off to. Sharon didn't make it far since she's simply at a motel in a rough area of Geno City. Once the walls start closing in on Sharon, Cameron Kirsten, Lyndon Ashby, may insist she needs to work quickly when it comes to going after Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziade. As for Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinel, she'll push Victor too far. Victoria won't be able to let go of her desire to spare Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, humiliation, but Victor will think she needs to stop coddling her ex. Since Victor has made it clear that he won't be striking any deals or going easy on Billy, he'll get fed up with Victoria for standing against him. Across town, Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, will fear the worst when it comes to Connor Newman, Judah Mackey, who's been hinting about his parents getting back together. It'll leave Chelsea terrified about Connor facing more disappointment, so she'll worry about all the mistakes she's made. Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, will fret over his blunders as well, so all this mutual concern for Connor could bring him even closer to Chelsea. Although Adam and Chelsea don't see a future as a couple right now, our Y&R predictions hint that could change, especially since Connor's been playing up their unique connection. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Connor may get his Chelsea and Adam reunion wished down the road, so stay tuned for news on their family's future. The morning sun poured through the expansive windows of the Newman Enterprises office, casting long shadows across the polished floor. Victoria Newman, driven and ambitious, sat behind her sleek desk, her brow furrowed in concentration. Today was not just any day, it was the culmination of weeks of strategy and manipulation. The board meeting was fast approaching, and she was determined to secure her position as CEO, especially after her recent power struggles with Adam. But as the minutes ticked away, a familiar tension hung in the air. Victoria's thoughts drifted back to her brother, Nick, and the mission he had set out on, a mission that threatened to unravel everything she had worked for. She knew he was trying to protect Sharon from the fallout of their family's chaotic legacy, but the way he was going about it felt reckless. Victoria's lips pressed into a tight line as she remembered her promise to keep the family strong, even if it meant making tough decisions. The door swung open and Adam entered, his expression a mix of amusement and challenge. "Looks like someone's in deep thought, plotting your next move against me," he teased, leaning against the doorframe. Victoria shot him a look. "This isn't about you, Adam. It's about our family legacy. If Nick has his way, it'll all fall apart." "Is that so?" Adam's tone shifted, becoming more serious. "What exactly do you plan to do to stop him? Because you know how stubborn he can be." Victoria's jaw clenched. "I'm not going to let Nick's misguided intentions jeopardize everything. If I have to play hardball, then so be it." As the meeting hour approached, Victoria made a decision. She would confront Nick and lay down the law. If he couldn't see the bigger picture, she'd have to make him understand. Even if it meant resorting to tactics she'd rather avoid. It was time to show her brother just how far she was willing to go. Nick's Sharon mission. Across town, Nick Newman was in a different kind of battle. Sitting in the cozy confines of crimson lights, he nursed a cup of coffee, his thoughts consumed by Sharon. He had watched her struggle under the weight of the family's legacy for too long, and today he felt a renewed sense of purpose. He needed to reach her before Victoria did. Sharon had always been the heart of their family, the one who held them together during the most tumultuous times. But with the latest turmoil surrounding the Newmans, Nick feared she was at risk of breaking under the pressure. Their recent conversations had left him uneasy. She was questioning her worth, her place in the family, and it tore at him. He glanced at his phone, contemplating sending her a message. "Just checking in," he typed, but hesitated before hitting send. Instead, he stood and walked out of the cafe, heading straight for her house. When he arrived, the familiar sight of Sharon's front porch brought a sense of calm mixed with anxiety. He knocked lightly, and the door opened to reveal Sharon, her eyes brightening at the sight of him. "Nick. What a nice surprise," she said, her smile instantly melting away his worries. "Hey, I wanted to check in. I know things have been complicated lately," he replied, stepping inside. The warmth of her home enveloped him, but the tension in the air was palpable. Sharon sighed, leading him to the living room. "You're not wrong. I just feel like I'm stuck between everyone's expectations. With your family and all the drama, it's overwhelming." Nick took a seat across from her, his heart aching for her. "You don't have to carry that burden alone. I want to help you, Sharon. You've always been there for me. Let me be there for you now." Her eyes softened, but he could see the fear lurking beneath the surface. "What if I don't know how to let go of the past? What if I can't live up to everyone's expectations?" He leaned forward, sincerity in his gaze. "You don't have to, you just need to be you." "I know it sounds cliché, but it's true. The past doesn't define you. You fought so hard to find your way, and that's what matters." As she met his gaze, Nick felt a flicker of hope. Perhaps he could pull her back from the edge, away from the chaos of the Newman legacy. He could protect her, but only if she was willing to fight for herself too. Chelsea fears the worst. Meanwhile, in her elegantly decorated apartment, Chelsea Lawson sat on the edge of her couch, staring at her phone. The notifications had been constant since the news broke about Victoria's latest move against Adam, and she couldn't shake the unease pooling in her stomach. She had always been fiercely independent, but her relationship with Adam had complicated everything. She had seen how the family dynamics affected him, how his ties to his siblings pulled him in different directions. But today felt different. The tension surrounding the Newmans felt heavier, and Chelsea feared for Adam's well-being. "Don't let them get to you, Adam," she whispered to herself, her heart racing. She picked up her phone and dialed his number, biting her lip as it rang. When he finally answered, his voice was low and strained. "Chelsea, I'm busy. Can I call you back?" he said, the urgency in his tone sending alarm bells ringing in her mind. "No, Adam. I need to talk to you now. It's important," she insisted, her voice rising slightly. "What's going on?" He hesitated, and Chelsea felt a wave of frustration. "It's just family stuff. I'll handle it." "Handle it? Adam, you can't just brush me off like this. What if it's something serious?" Panic laced her words, and she could almost hear him running a hand through his hair. "Chelsea, please. I appreciate your concern, but I can't talk about it right now. I promise I'll explain later." The call ended abruptly, and Chelsea felt the weight of dread settle over her. She knew Adam was trying to protect her, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something terrible was about to happen. The last thing she wanted was for the chaos of the Newman family to engulf them both. Determined, she stood up and grabbed her jacket. She couldn't sit idly by while Adam fought his battles alone. If he was in danger, emotionally or otherwise, she needed to be there for him. Chelsea took a deep breath and headed out the door, ready to confront whatever storm awaited her. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the stage was set for a turbulent evening in Genoa City. Victoria was prepared to draw lines in the sand, Nick was on a mission to save Sharon, and Chelsea was determined to shield Adam from the fallout. In this world of power plays and personal struggles, the question loomed large: who would emerge unscathed as the shadows of the Newman legacy threatened to consume them all?